Yeah, birds in the trap, they gon' stink. Mara serving the ash out of baby bottle. Don't tell me shut up, you are not my boss. Turn up so much that I just can't turn off. Don't call me back since you can't answer when I call you. Daddy was a rolling stone.
Imagine wanting to be a full-time forex trader, but all you keep doing instead is racking up more and more debts and making the same mistakes over and over again for 8 years. Well, guess what? That's what I literally did. For 8 years, it was just shy of 8 years. Imagine going to work, working a 9 to 5, and then doing overtime, teaching, I was teaching yoga classes all over the city, working like 60, 70 hour weeks. And what I would do is I would make money, deposit it into my trading account. I would make some, and I would give it back. And then what would happen is when I lost that money, I would get debts. So I would get credit cards, I would get loans, I would borrow money from my friends, from my family. And then guess what? I would get that money, I would deposit it into my trading account, and I would lose that as well. And this is what happened for literally 7 years, over and over and over again. I would have some success, but then overall I would literally give the money back to the market. And I'm pretty sure, if you've traded before, you can relate to this, because the toughest thing is accepting losses. And until you're able to actually fully, deeply make a connection with yourself and realize that it's you that's getting in your own way, and you are the one who's constantly reacting to your own emotions, you are the one who's not sticking to your plan, then what will happen is you will begin the journey of self-discovery, and you will allow yourself to go deeper to make those changes. Because unless you actually dedicate your time and your effort into reprogramming your subconscious mind, the habits that you've come into trading with, that have been developed from society and, the matrix and the working environment, that you're not worthy, that you're not good enough, that you can't make it, that, you just have to work a dead-end job for your entire life. And that the thing is that that's not actually true. So my solution was this. The first thing that I didn't do is I never gave up. I never, ever, ever gave up in trading, because how could you ever succeed if you keep quitting something, right? Trading is such a diverse entity, and you can't just come into trading and think that you're going to make money, or that you can use it as a part-time job or as a second income, because it doesn't work like that. You genuinely have to dedicate 2-3 years of suffering and sacrifice, going out, spending time with friends, even family at times, to educate yourself, but more importantly, let go of who you used to be. Because I said on my previous video, when you enter trading, the mindset that you actually have is broken, is conditioned by society. So what you have to do is you have to go to work on yourself. And that's exactly what I did. I spent time working. Yes, I racked up 40k of debt and made a lot of bad decisions and constantly made the same mistakes. But what I never stopped doing is I never stopped educating myself. I never stopped trying. I would lose, I'd, sulk and suffer and go on a walk and process the information. I would meditate, I would do yoga, I would go to classes, I would read books on trading, on mindset, psychology, on money. And then what I would do is I would just continue to educate myself. I would backtest and I would journal. And even though I wasn't consistent with the backtesting and the journaling, I would always just look at the charts, and I would always wonder. I would always watch podcasts, and I would watch videos and motivational videos and listen to audiobooks of people who, have already succeeded and people who are succeeding. And I would just get internal motivation from that. And that would put me on, that would just give me hope. That would just give me a little bit more faith to understand that if I never give up, I will get there one day. And that is one of the things that I knew even early on. When I first started trading back in 2017, and then I went to India to do my yoga teacher training, I remember being sat on the beach with my laptop. At this point, I still didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was just looking at the charts and marking stuff up and analysing and, you know, acting and trading and telling people that, yeah, you know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But in reality, I was just faking it. I was just making it sound nice to look good. And that's what a lot of people unfortunately do for too long. And as a result, they never make it because they're never able to realise that their ego is actually stopping them from progress, from development, and from becoming a better version of themselves. So one of the things that you got to understand is, so what I did is I had this vision for a very, very, very long time. I remember being sat in a similar environment to this. I was sat in a beach club in India, in Goa, in 2017, and I had this vision. I could see that years from now, I will be in a position where I'm trading full time and taking care of my family and taking care of my friends, and I'm living my life exactly how I want to be. And even though at that time I had barely any money, I was struggling, I still had debt, even though I was in India, but you know, I never gave up. Having the pressure of £40,000 of debt on your shoulders and then trying to make it in trading was probably the hardest thing I've ever had to overcome. There was so much pain and so much uncomfortability and so much, even just thinking about it now, it gives me like kind of goosebumps. What I realised is that if I keep making the same mistakes again, every time that I lose a trade, I revenge and I over leverage and I over risk and I over trade and I lose my head, and then I don't want to go to the gym, and all I want to do is eat junk things and, you know, sulk. I realised if I keep doing that, I will never make it. Because the people who are genuinely smashing trading, the people who are genuinely doing very well, and you know, I'm not talking about millions, but they're doing very well and they're consistent and they're living a life of freedom and they're trading full time, is they've literally got to a point in their life where they realised, right, in order for me to make trading sustainable and make it a genuine, you know, full-time income, I need to let go of over trading. I need to let go of toxic habits, toxic thinking, that if I lose, I have to trade again. That you have to win every single day. You have to come to terms that trading is going to be one of the hardest journeys that you're ever going to go on, and that losing is part of trading. If you can't accept losing in trading or in life, you're going to struggle and you're going to experience a lot of resistance. You're going to experience a lot of pain and a lot of suffering. So what you've got to do is you've got to realise that it has to stop. And until you stop doing it, you will continue moving forwards. Because if you continue doing the same things and you're expecting different results, that's what insanity is. So from my point of view, if you are in a similar circumstance where you've got debts or you've got responsibilities like having a child or having a mortgage or, you know, having finance or whatever it is, the best thing that you can do is continue your education with trading, but pay your debts off. Because once you pay your debts off and you've got some money in the bank, you've got some money invested, you've got some money in savings, you can trade with so much more peace, you can trade with so much more clarity, as you won't be attached to losses, you won't be attached to wins, you'll be at peace, you'll be balanced, and you'll be able to make the correct decisions every single day to just manage yourself. Because it's so easy to get ahead of yourself when you've got so much pressure, you've got so much shit going on in life, you know, your friends or your girlfriend or your family members, and you're in and you're trying to trade, then you're experiencing so much resistance. That's going to be very difficult for you to get into trading. So the best thing that you could do is develop a routine. Once you develop a routine where you're waking up, going to the gym, doing running or meditation, whatever it is that your heart desires. Once you've done that, once you've done something hard, and once you've done something that will teach you discipline, when you come onto the charts, you'll have a completely different approach. You'll have a mindset that, right, I've woke up, I've won the day, I've made my bed, I've done my routine, I've been outside, I've got some fresh air, I've raised my heart rate. Now I can sit down at peace and trade. So we got to a point where I had so much debt from every angle that I genuinely didn't see a way out. I had credit cards, I owed my mum money, I owed my brother money, I owed people money, I owed companies and all these payday loans, and it just got to a point where the debt was so much, I just know how to resolve it. I didn't know what to do. It was so mentally draining to wake up. At this point I was doing delivery room and working like 7 days a week week, teaching 20 classes of yoga a week, and running around like a chicken with a rat race, just rushing from one class to another, then to go and make this order. And I was making literally peanuts and just enough to survive. I was literally a hamster on a wheel, running around for years and years and years. Imagine the feeling of how painful it actually is to try to solve your own situations and your circumstances, but also come to terms with the fact that you're the one who's done it. And then also having the stress on your mum not being able to sleep at night because the debt is just so much and we genuinely can't find a way out. But you know what I did do? I always kept faith. I always knew that there was something within me that no matter what happens, no matter how bad things get, I will always find a way. And because I never gave up, there was just something within me. I don't even know what it was, because think about it, 8 years of losses. Yeah? I could have gave up at any moment. I could have gave up after a month, after 6 months, after a year, after 1 year, after 2 years, and I never gave up. It was almost like an unconscious addiction to wanting to win in trading, to wanting to develop my life, to want to see my family smile, and to be able to pay for my mom to go on holiday whenever she wants. Like right now, I'm living in Thailand. Now to be in a position where I could just say to my family, Phil, why don't you come over? We'll get a villa for all of us and we'll have a wonderful time here. Right now, obviously, I'm here by myself and I feel great. I think that's the best thing I could have possibly done, is leave the cafe, leave the old people, and just arrive in paradise. You know, where it's 30 degrees every single day, the ocean's right in front of my eyes, I'm meeting brand new people every single day. To be honest, in England, I can't remember the last time I met a new person. Here, I'm literally meeting people every day, right? So my mind is open to potential, to opportunities, to new ideas. And when I was in England and I had all this debt and I was just stressed all the time, and you know, I would just snooze my alarm and I just wouldn't want to get up, because what's the point getting up if I'm going to get up and my day is just going to be mundane and it's going to be the same? And you know, I think that's why the universe has allowed me to experience this in real time, because I never gave up and I struggled, and I just managed to continue moving forward. I don't even know how, because you know, throughout all this pain and all these tough experiences, I was obviously making progress, but it didn't feel like progress. It felt like things were getting worse. Like at the beginning when I started learning trading, I thought, oh, this is great, I'm taking one step forward, you know, I can use this to make money, to help the family to live a better life. And then what actually ended up happening is I ended up taking a step back. In fact, I took like 10 steps back, and then I had to come to terms with the fact that I fucked up majorly, and this might take 3 or 5 years to even sort out on the wage that I was on. And then next thing you know, I started learning. I started finding new information online, and I just fell onto different strategies and different approaches, and I just came to terms with that. I just needed to adapt and create a new belief system. I needed to believe in myself that I could genuinely do this. I could get out of debt, I could pay everything off, and I could move to Trump Island and live in freedom every single day. And that was possible. That's one thing I always believed in. I always saw myself living in a beautiful villa, having great supportive friends that have your best interests at heart and never judge you, and will always give you support, and that I can spend time by myself and not feel lonely and not feel like I'm missing, and not feel like I need to go out and, you know, be around people insecure within myself. Right now I can honestly tell you that the feeling that's going through my body, sharing this knowledge and sharing my suffering and being vulnerable, however many people watch this video, if you're on your trading journey and you can relate to anything I've just said in this video, just never give up. Never. Don't just do it for you. Do it for your friends, do it for your family, do it for people that are going to come after you. Because at the end of the day, you've got a choice. You can either work 30, 40, 50 years of your life, working a job that you probably don't enjoy doing just to make ends meet. Or you can learn how to invest and trade. You can learn whether it's forex, or if it's crypto, whether it's real estate, whatever it's you, and you'll find a way. All you have to have burning desire to want to develop your life, to want to make a change, to want to create better environment for yourself. Remember, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. You have to develop a mindset where you're not afraid. You have to develop a mindset where you will do whatever it takes, no matter how long it takes, or where you are, or how much money you've got, that you will get there eventually. Just see in your mind, keep believing, keep trusting yourself, and remember that even if your friends and family do not believe you, which my friends and family did not believe me, they told me to quit trading, don't listen to them. Because if you know that this is for you, like I knew 7 years ago that this was for me, and I didn't know what I was doing at the time, then this is for you as well. If you truly believe it, if you feel it in your heart and soul, keep doing it, keep moving forward. I hope that you took something from this video, and I'll see you in the next one.